Well, hello, hi. My name is Andrew Chiles, and I'm here with the lovely and incomparable Julienne Carrots.
That's me.
And Tangerine Dream.
Hello.
And we're going to be reviewing Canada's Drag Race Season 3, Episode 5, Snatch Game. Boop, boop, boop. So we actually get a really fun entrance to the entire show. It's a fierce-alicious hypercut. What is with the Canada's Drag Race Season 2 and 3 editors? They're giving Geometric? Yeah, Geometric the dirty, and now they're giving it to Fierce-alicious too? How do you feel about that little hypercut?
I think it's great. Listen, Fierce is doing what Fierce wants to be doing, which is being on the show, wearing good look, being pretty, and giving moments, serving drama. And I think the editors just served her that on a silver platter this episode.
Yeah.
She wasn't even a main character in the episode, and she still got a hypercut at the beginning.
Yeah, just
so
like,
that was great.
It's like we need some pre-context to this entire situation. We have the mini challenge this season. It is a reading challenge. Do you have any favorite reads, or did anybody stand out?
I thought Boom Boom stood out as a whole, but I think my favorite read is Kimmy to Gizelle going, shaped like Coca-Cola in the can.
That was so good.
So good, because it took me 2 seconds to get it. Because I was like, Coca-Cola, oh, the bottle. And then she went in, I thought it was great. And the delivery was it was Paris is Burning. It was great.
It was like by far my favorite one.
For sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Do you have any reads for maybe any of the girls on the season right now?
Andrew, you should have told us to prepare.
Half of this is like having my guests not know what's going to happen,
Okay,
and I
great.
love that.
Great, just pulling the rug under them. That's terrific.
Yep. I mean, you're a drag queen. This is a mini challenge. Make it a
Yeah, mini
maxi
challenge that the queens on the show are told about the day before in the hotel room to prepare.
You've known for a full week, and there's been 4 other episodes to preview.
I watched all 4 of those episodes this week.
Thank you. I appreciate
for the
that.
first time.
What I thought was really weird is we saw one from Bombay, one from Jada, and there were a few that right in the middle of the mini challenge, they were like, boom, done, boom.
Yeah, it was
done.
just like instant, you get it. You didn't even get like a laugh reaction or anything. It was just like, haha.
It was like, I don't know if they are running out of time this episode, so they had to condense these people, or if they were so bad that they just show us the delivery.
I think the latter.
Well.
So we find out that Lady Boom Boom is the winner, and she wins $2,500 cash to the men's room, a fashion, grooming, and fetish location. I've never actually heard of the men's room.
Me neither.
And you used to live in Toronto, Carrots. Come on.
I've never lived in Toronto. I live outside of Toronto.
The region. The maxi challenge this week is going to be Snatch Game!
Wow.
How do you feel about 2 people doing the same character?
I think it's, at this point, I don't even know if it's real, but I think 2 girls should plan to say they have the same character, because at this point it's a Drag Race staple. We have it every season.
Yeah.
I
I want to see 2 girls doing the same character.
Me too.
Yeah.
I want to see it happen. Don't give me this like you or you. I want both.
No, it needs to be like a head-to-head battle where like Ariana's here, but Ariana's also here.
I feel like we were close on season 7 with Violet wanting to do Donatella, because both of them were like, I'm doing Donatella.
Yeah, they were really
and then
stubborn.
they cut to the challenge, and then that's only then that we saw that.
They cut to RuPaul doing the walkthrough, being like, you should have done Donatella, but you gave it to Pearl instead.
But my favorite moment, honestly, like I'm not Fierce-alicious' biggest fan, but I think she's brilliant TV, because she was like, Kimmy, do your Ariana, and then Kimmy did what Kimmy did, and then Fierce was like, I'm going to be the bigger person. I'm going to let you have Ariana, seeing that she's going to absolutely bomb this character.
Yes, yeah.
Which was brilliant.
I kind of live for that level of shade. Like, I think that's what's really fun, is having like the you know what? You can do it. Now, personally, I don't really like it when the judges like Brad and Tracy Melchior are the panelists for Snatch Game. I find that dichotomy a little bit weird, and I really enjoy it when they bring in like an outside source that they're able to like really have a different like whole conversation with. I kind of miss that like first season where they had the Eric and Steve and Adam,
the 2 random designers
the
two street.
The 2 Irish designers who have their own CTV show, the blah blah blah.
They were building a set for another show at the other lot, and they were like, we're short 2 people. Do you think you can like riff off of each other because we've got 2 seats that need warming up for the Snatch Game.
But I think it's better than what we got of Brad and Tracy. I found it forced and like not really like an enjoyable banter. It was really good when we got to like the queens having their full actual like question and answer situation. But I just personally don't like having Brad and Tracy there.
I agree.
Controversial.
I thought that Brad was there last season purely to riff off of Cynthia.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's not. Maybe Brad was always supposed to be there, but I thought that Cynthia playing Rachel Zoe and Brad being there was the whole idea. And agree, it just brings a completely new, fresh reaction to the queens. They don't know who these people are. They're just seeing the impression, so they can just play off of that. And that was missing. No, go ahead.
I also find like most of what Tracy Mosher does is like really forced on the show.
Same with those eyebrows.
She has better wigs than
most of the queens. Yes.
Yeah.
But it is a very forced attitude. Like, do any of these queens look familiar? Some of them do.
Yeah.
She's
hey, squirrel friend. Like,
she's an e-talk presenter, which I think is the issue. Is that her entire TV persona has been, okay, up next, and it's just lost any like genuineness to her.
That's very true. You lose all the genuinity in that.
But I'm sure I'm gonna let you go ahead because it might be the next point on your paper.
No, we're going right into the girls, so please tell me, Mama.
I'm really sad because one thing that I loved they did on season 1 and season 2 to make the Canada Snatch Game stand apart from the other ones is they had the girls walk the e-talk or the she-talk red carpet with Tracy, which I thought, I'm like, that's a great moment for Tracy to be there because she hosts the actual e-talk red carpet for Canada.
But this just like wasn't any more special than like the States or any other franchise.
But they did it because they posted pictures of the girls on Instagram.
Right there.
Right there.
Right there.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Exactly.
So they did actually do it, but yeah, we just didn't even see it. And there wasn't even like a quick like 2-minute hypercut of it. Or even yet, because it's a day later, an IGTV or anything of it. Because I would really like to.
Content.
Yeah.
Because it's another opportunity. Like what if, like they put Bomb low. We're going to talk about that later, but it's another opportunity for someone else to maybe stand out or to land in another joke in a different setting, not with other girls and not with blanks.
Yeah, like when Boa had like the whole like
the headphones.
Something Rose, what's her name? But
Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Yeah, come on.
Gypsy Rosalie's the musical Gypsy. we already said that word a little too much.
Okay. I also wanted to talk quickly about the Madame Curie transitions that she had from going like the wig with the green glow to the drawn-on eyebrow. I thought she was so funny. Did you think that this was too forced? Because I've heard from online that some people thought that this was a little bit of a forced moment.
I thought it was like, because I don't know a whole lot about Mahi Kyuhi, but I thought it was fun. Like the description that she gave in the workroom, being like, she said she was fine, even though she was like dying of radiation. And then to see that, I think it was like good storytelling. Like I didn't really know a whole lot, but I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was super forced. I mean, it's Snatch Game. All of it is forced, right?
I will say, for one thing to be forced, I felt that last question that they inputted, they could have just not used, but because she had the whole tentacle moment, I think they as production had to put that in there. So I see a little bit of the forced aspect into it, more on the editor side than it is on her side, because they really could have just left that out. That didn't need to be in, but since she was the winner, they needed to like drive home a storyline.
I think Snatch Game, there really is just one goal. It's not really even a celebrity impersonation challenge. It's just an improv comedy challenge. And I think a lot of contestants that don't necessarily perform well get really lost in the rules that they think are assigned to them, when really it's all a free-for-all. So I think Gizelle doing absolutely whatever she wants and taking it the direction that she wants with a bunch of physical comedy and prop gags, all power to her. It worked out well in her favor. She won the challenge.
So for the runway, we have the periodic table of elements. It is a wonderful runway, and actually we will actually get to a few of the girls who didn't get to show their looks, and I think that they had maybe some of the better looks of the entire season, which was really upsetting. However, Fierce Alicious' look is actually really good. I love this neon because she's being neon, and I like that you can see like the tendrils of the neon and the movement that it gave. I thought it was, well, if anything, maybe add like a few more just to make it more voluminous, but that's like such a minor critique for me.
My only qualm with this is I get the idea that it was supposed to be a ponytail, the wires of the backs, and then she was like, oh, I'll do a bang at the front of the ponytail, but I thought that looked a little arts and craftsy.
Yeah.
When the rest of the outfit was actually really well executed, the construction and the wiring, but I just thought the little hexagon of cut up glued to side by
It's a
side.
hexagon.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it as a hexagon. Now that I see that, it's just a staple of a hexagon. If it was something like maybe like Thor's finale look.
That's what I have in my head as a reference.
Yeah. I once you said that, I was like, oh, I get where she's going. I like that. For me, I think that it's a root though. On my channel, a root is good, an aboot is bad, and a double is a shoot.
Ooh. I think it's a root.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Any opinions?
I have mixed feelings about it, but I think that's just because I have mixed feelings about fears.
Valid.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You can say that they're clouding your truest opinion. So maybe
I like the headpiece. I think that's my favorite part.
work. So Kimi Couture is giving us some calcium. How do you feel about this look or the silhouette?
I cannot stand this look. I think it's Boo Boo the Fool. I think a lot of the choices, I think the concept going calcium bone, great. That's something that's really easy that the audience and everybody's going to understand really quickly.
Yeah.
But everything about the execution to how she went about the concept, I think is completely wrong. The nude panty looked like she was just wearing tights because it was the same nude as her tights. And so she looked naked underneath. And I could tell that she thought it would be really cool because the pieces that were hanging were actual like either molds, because you could see like it was part of a jaw that was split on both sides. So I don't know if she got it from like a dentist office or like one of those like classroom skeletons, but it just didn't read. Versus I thought that she should have asked whoever made the rib cage to go all out and to sculpt these pieces that really would have fit her body and would have given bone. And I also think going the witch doctor route with the makeup for bone was obvious and a little bit of a crutch.
Yeah, it kind of gives like a Cameron Michaels look, but like Cameron Michaels delivered it better.
And well, especially when you have
Aquaria,
when Aquaria had the whole 3D printed spine and mask, like you have to think about the universe of Drag Race when you're sort of, it's all from Dollarama. There you go.
And I think like with calcium, like sure, bone is like a good way to go with calcium, but it could have been done in like a cool armor kind of way. It could have been done like literally any other way. Also, when I saw calcium, I was like, milk?
For me, I think this isn't a boot. I'm sorry, it's just not enough. And it actually kind of emulates with this like feather or fur thing. It's kind of giving me Drag Race Down Under faux furs design challenge episode 1, and I didn't like it.
I haven't started Down Under yet, so I wouldn't know. Okay, so you have Root 2.
Yeah.
You have Double, which is a shoe.
Yeah.
You have a boot. But then you don't have a Scoop Mama Doo-Doo Poot? Because I'm gonna do that. Like,
True.
On this channel, it is now called a Scoop Mama Doo-Doo Poot.
There you go. This is a Scoop Mama Doo-Doo Poot. I think this is way off, and I completely agree with her being on the bottom, both challenge and runway. Yeah. And I think Kitty's great.
Scoop Mama Doo-Doo Poot.
So Vivienne is coming out with a little bit of history knowledge, knowing that arsenic is actually a type of poisoning that was caused from wearing green outfits. So I thought this was very conceptual. However, I had no fucking idea. This is not something that I would have read as like arsenic off the get-go. Yeah. I love the look. She looks great. It's just, I felt like she needed to tell me for me to understand it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which she knows that there's a talkover position, like part of the runway. So like, it's not necessarily a bad thing that she had a look that she had to explain. My qualm with it is arsenic was a dye used in the 1800s. Yeah. This is a 1940s dress.
Oh, she's going period on this.
Listen, I had to study it for college. She looks great. Fabulous dress. I loved the trench coat over it.
Yes.
I like the little victory rolls as a whole donut.
Yes, the victory rolls I love.
I think she looks great, but arsenic is a really outdated reference to pull if you're doing a 1940s look.
So what would the silhouette be for an 1800s situation?
1800s could have been, I mean, there's a lot of different things. She could have had a riding coat, which is like a little tight coat with a fun little,
that would have been
it's like a tail at the back, and then you have a bustled butt.
Ooh.
Right? Because I think it would have sold it more being like, I'm a rich French woman and I'm dying. Because that was the whole era. They would use like pig urine on their face as a skincare.
Yeah.
That was like the whole talc powder.
Team Viv.
Team Viv until you. Riley, she's the only person from British Columbia. I understand why you're Team Viv.
Yeah.
She had the like little things on her face that unless they hadn't have done super close, I wouldn't have noticed. And even though they did that, I have bad eyes. I still barely noticed.
Yeah. If they did like a geometric Good Girl Gone Bad with the mold, like that was like very obvious.
Even she could have even just pulled a little hand mirror and went ugh. Like a little, telling, like force feeding the audience, look in my face. A
little Manila.
Exactly, like something to be like, she's also very nice as a person. Love the Vanderpuss. Thank you, Riley. I'm just from a historical perspective.
I will say, only because you told me that it's a 1940s dress or whatever, and it's an 1800s reference, I don't love it as much. It's still fucking fantastic.
No, you can love it.
It's still fucking fantastic. I like it, and I like the concept. I love the whole like brainy side to it. I love, ever since Sasha Velour was like too brainy, I love a brainy queen. So having something like this, being brainy like this, it's good. I like it. It's a root for me.
Yeah.
She's also a very nice person. So Lady Boom Boom with the bromine look, which is stunning, fantastic. And someone said, well, I think it was Joe DeRay or Beth last week, she is the antithesis of Bimini, and I love that concept.
Ooh. Isn't it antithesis like the opposite? Like the
same but opposite.
I think she's very Bimini.
She could be the Canadian Bimini, but I see, like, the way that I think Beth described it is that she's, like, all the cutesy-pootsy, whereas Bimini's more like the grungy-bungy.
Yeah, that's very fair. And I saw a lot of the girls from season 3 say that this costume was way more stunning in person than in red on stage.
Yes.
And that all of them in the workroom were like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Even when they did, like, the zoom-ins during her lip sync, and, like, you could see the bubbles, like, going through her hair.
I just know every time she was spinning, she's like, it has to keep pumping as I'm lip syncing.
Oh, that would have been like a good kitsch, like if it was like, you know, like Pound the Alarm or something.
Yeah.
Where you could have like really done something. That would have been cool. This is beautiful. I even love that she did no lip to this. The fact that there's like no lip, no brow, no lash, like the whole, it's so alien.
And I read online, somebody on Reddit did like a whole like explanation of this one. It's bromine in its raw form is a white powder, but bromine is also used, I completely forgot the name of the liquid, but bromine is used in, I think it's a medical liquid.
That's what I understood it as, but now now that you say it, that it's a white powder.
It's a white, like chalky powder, which is why she's all
my dad, we had a pool growing up, and my dad had to use it. He used bromine instead of chlorine, and so I remember the white powder that he would actually shuffle. And now I didn't put that connection until now. That's
really cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is a genius look. Okay,
it's really great.
Brainy
it's
queen.
A double for me.
Double.
Yeah.
So Gizelle Lullaby is showing up as cesium. I actually had no idea what this was, but I could tell immediately based off of like the leaf situation she was going for that that's probably like the way that it grows.
Cesium, I forget the name of the column on the periodic table, but it's completely on the left, where it's like potassium, cesium, francium. That's all that family, and they're reactive to water.
Yeah.
Because I remember we did a whole thing in chemistry class where we did them all like one after the other, and they become the more and more reactive the further down they go. And cesium is one of them. But I remember it's just like a chunk of metal.
Yeah.
I think now that you say that again, I kind of remember that.
Yeah. The workshop in chemistry.
Yeah. The ore.
The really obvious ones were gold and silver and copper.
Like platinum.
And platinum, and just serving like just a look that is the color of the metal. Alkaline earth metals. Thank you, Ornithesi.
Yes,
that's Austin. What I mean.
Yeah, that's Austin Ashba. By the way, you should listen to their Queer in Query podcast about queer people in science. Just saying.
We love the queers in the science. I am a queer in STEM.
I am the boom boom stem. That's Gizelle.
I thought this was great because it was a lot of different references. It was gladiator, it was feather, it wasn't just somebody else's gold look that I think you're gonna have a picture of in a minute.
Yeah.
That's just a look that is gold, which is what I wore today because this was the closest thing that I could have an element of. But I'm not the one on TV, so I can wear the easy out.
I like all of the black integrated too, because I find like shiny stuff can be a lot to look at if
Yeah.
it's all shiny. So having a black like grounds it more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think like the way that it's incorporated into is like a good way to keep it cohesive, but still not like
Completely.
yeah.
This is I
It's a
don't.
root.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
root.
It's a great outfit.
Lady Boom Boom for sure has the double. I'll say that.
Yes.
Oh, is there only one?
You can give as many as you want.
So I'm gonna give 2.
Oh, so Gizelle gets the double.
No.
No.
Oh.
No, boom boom of somebody later.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Is it Jada with her sodium look?
No.
No.
Because it's not for me. I hate seeing the panty like this. It gave like if she was given this shot that we have right now of like bust up, beautiful. But what I wanted was like a full like ballroom, or I even said to my boyfriend like a Jackie O wedding dress. If that was even so that way you're not using like as much material. But if and then like give that like poof, I think it would have been really beautiful. But I just the bodice is great, but the bottom isn't.
Bottom out of bodice.
And you could also see in the back the like lace up part
Yeah.
when she turned around.
I will give her the benefit of the doubt. I can almost guarantee, not knowing whatsoever, that the bottom is because the fabric, as they were gluing, like,
It fell off.
Tensed up.
like yeah, it froze in that position. Like it might have been long enough, but like when you pull glue, like sometimes it ruches up, and you can tell there was a lot of tiny little salt lamp pieces that were done, and it could have just been. She ended up with that, and she's like, "What do I do?" So she just wore white underneath it.
Unfortunately, it's giving a little bit of like design challenge done on the season, just because it's she looks beautiful, but it's just glued onto a corset, and yeah, it could have been a 10 out of 10, but it's like a 4.
I think it would have been really cool if like this asymmetrical side went all the way to the ground and it
Oh,
was like
yeah.
a train of
Yeah.
like just like rocks and like
Yeah,
crunchy.
yeah.
Because I think that would have added more weight to that side too, which
Especially because the detailing and the tiny little salt crystal, especially because salt crystals to begin with are a shade of peach and a shade of white,
Yeah.
and those are very similar colors. Those all small together, glued from 20 feet away.
not the McDonald's French fry.
Oh no!
Riley,
I mean, to be honest,
did she?
no. I mean, that would have been great.
A salt shaker moment? That could have been fun.
I know Saltina Shaker's shaking somewhere.
Oh my god, yeah, Saltina Shaker. It's a boot.
Yeah.
It's an Aboot.
And a boot.
So Irma Gerd is giving us uranium, and this is beautiful. I like that the whole like reference to that like uranium was discovered in the 50s, so it's giving us this like fit and flare
Like
dress.
this is what Vivian was trying to do with the weapons
Arsenic.
of the time and
Yeah.
the look of the time.
Yeah, and I think yellow on the like the stage because it has like such a blue purple backdrop.
The lights are so cold. Too.
That too, but it like really helps amplify her look because of that.
The neon, like the radioactiveness of the yellow.
Yeah.
I wish the hair had been the same green as the earrings.
Okay, that would be fierce because the hair is a little bit more like bluey.
It would have still been Irma, but it would have been fierce. I know what you're saying.
No, it's Kimmy Couture.
Exactly.
I think my one like qualm with it is the radioactive symbols across the bottom of the dress. Like I think it's really cute up here, and I agree something needs to be on the bottom.
Yeah,
but I
but-
think it's just it kind of just looks like stamped.
But I think though it's like of the era when you think of like the
It is because it's exactly what she's doing. There's a specific On the Town movie where one of the actresses is wearing that exact yellow
Yeah,
dress
it might
with
be like-
black lacing coming up. But I think she needed a row of black lacing underneath for us to like be like, oh, it's a pretty dress. Look, the lacing's radioactive symbols instead of her just doing the caricature
radioactive
of
symbols and then it being like, oh, it's lacing.
That. Oh, it's lacing.
It should have been
Exactly the
it
other
should
way
have been the
around.
other way around.
The dress is also 5 inches too long.
5 inches.
5 inches too long.
Why do you say
Very
5 inches?
specific.
Because that cut of dress, the housewife dress, it also needed one more layer of tulle underneath to poof it out.
Poof it, yeah.
It maybe if it just had that, it would have been fine. But the way that it hits right now, it just makes her long-sided with tiny little legs at the bottom. It needed to just kiss the tip of her
Knee.
knees
Yeah.
right above, and it's 3, 4, 5 inches too long.
I hate that you said that because yeah. It was a strong route to like a soft route for me. So thank you.
I still think it's a route.
But thank you for convincing me
otherwise.
otherwise.
With the cake was great, and I love that she said "Happy Half-Life" and made it a death thing.
So Bombay comes out with the fucking stunning look, the best look of the season. I'm noticing she loves a good superhero silhouette, and honestly, I'm not hating it. If I continue to see it, I might get a little bit bothered by it. But something like this, that's fucking fantastic. I want to see that in a comic book.
good.
I want to see that on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, I want
brilliant.
more of this. It's beautiful. The concept, the contrasting colors. I could go on.
I also think that because nobody is angling runways the way that Bombay is from her club kid background,
Yep.
she is completely blowing them out of the water. And they're similar silhouettes because that's sort of the way that she attacks designing them. But they all work because nobody's doing them. So please keep bringing them on, Bombay. This is an absolute double-double. This is incredible.
Yeah.
The concept is great. The execution is brilliant. Kink Engineering that does in Toronto, they do amazing work. Helena Poison works there, and I'm so jealous. It's fantastic all around.
Yeah, this is nothing I can ever say is bad. And I love that Bombay uses her legs to her benefit. She knows
She's got them.
She knows she's got him, and she's Naomi Smallsing the fuck out of it. And especially with this look, I love that it like gave like a bow-legged look.
Yeah.
I don't know
It's
why,
like
but
she padded with balloons. It's great.
this is you're right, a double-double.
Yeah.
And since there's a double and a double and the double-double, this is the double-double of
And
the
we're giving
double-double.
it 2. We're giving it 2.
Yeah, double. Double.
I think that for me personally, this look is so incredible that I did not think her Snatch Game was that horrible. This should have absolutely put her safe to me, but they had to talk about the look and they could not justify her being in the top. So they had to squeeze her right at the low, not in the bottom, but in the bottom 3. That is the only reason why I am accepting that this look is not automatically making her safe, is that they had to talk about it on stage and she did not have enough of a good Snatch Game to make her one of the top 3.
That's
the riots that would have occurred if this didn't get more screen time if she was safe.
So our eliminated queens have some stunning looks for us. Chaos is coming out in a potassium look with the K, which is potassium. And shout out to Mother Teresa, love this look. It's beautiful. We also have Halal Bay. I don't remember. Bismuth. Right, yeah, because she was Pepto-Bismol. Right,
Yes.
right. And then Miss Mosu with some gold.
It's a look that happens to be gold.
And the purse that's just a gold.
It's a thing.
It
exists. It is fabric on a body.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Shayla Zahn hasn't posted or isn't going to be posting them.
She hasn't posted
Like any of her
looks.
Yeah.
So
When I messaged her earlier today asking if she had it, so that way I could like
Miss Diva!
if I could review it. But she says that she only actually had her promo look like done professionally, so she doesn't have
That's
it.
fair.
I wish that I got to know what her concept would have even
Or
been.
improvised,
Yeah, that would have been really nice to know. The winner of this week is Gizelle. This is actually her second win
In a row.
Yeah, and so she gets $5,000 from Palm Holdings, and I think, go girls, you're all getting cash this episode.
Yeah.
They're all getting cash. Good job.
I don't think there's been a single
And
reward. It's been nothing. It's all been cash either for a brand or from something. It's never been like in the old Drag Race used to be, you win a set of jewelry, you win this dress, you win an apple.
a suit.
Yeah.
An apple.
I'm just trying to think of other objects.
Here's a poster of the periodic table. You put it up in your room.
Yeah, I think it's great that they're all getting some cash, either it's fabric thing or something they could use. Great.
Gizelle is also the only of the winners who has not been in the bottom. Jade has been in the bottom. Kimmy's been in the bottom.
Boom Boom.
Lady Boom Boom's been in the bottom.
Right.
So I think that like track record, she's already like she is
And
soaring.
she's becoming such a standout for me in the confessionals, in her she's just comfortable on camera.
So the bottom 2 is Kimmy Couture and Lady Boom Boom, and we have a lip sync, and the lip sync is "Run Away with Me" by Carly Rae Jepsen. This is our second Carly Rae Jepsen song in the franchise of Canada, and it actually emulated a lot of season 1 Carly Rae Jepsen to me. I think that Boom Boom did better.
Yeah.
I think she emulated the song as a whole, and I'm sorry, I'm tired of, maybe because I've seen it a little too much, I'm tired of the hair flips. A hair flip should not make you safe. A dip should not make Brad go crazy that you deserve to stay. Like, there's
Brad's
just...
reaction was like,
That was a lot for something that we've seen a thousand
this is
times.
any homo in a club.
Yeah.
Like, Brad.
Any person who goes to Twisted reacts like that.
Have some more sophistication.
Yeah.
I think Boom Boom was definitely restraining herself because she could not do a lot
without
damaging her outfit. Mm-hmm. But I still think she could have been a dynamite standing. I mean, I'm not a dancer, so I'm like, who am I to say that? But we've seen her be a firecracker dancing with Kimmy in a past challenge. She could have really, like, she stayed a little bit in one spot. She was closed with her movement. Versus, I think what made Kimmy win was that she was just so wild
everywhere.
It was for me personally, my style of thinking was a little too much and it wasn't controlled enough.
Agreed.
But I think she just showed more drive. She showed more spirit because she went as hard as she did, and Boom Boom held back because she out of fear for the outfit.
Well, I'm upset that Lady Boom Boom went. I don't think it was right. I don't think it was just. She emulated the whole vibe of the song a little bit better, and I'm going to miss her runways and her personality. All right, well, that's actually all that we have for today on today's episode of It's Aboot Time. You've joined me. It really was. You've joined me, Andrew Childs. We have Tangerine Dream, as well as Julienne Carrots. Make sure that you go give those divas a follow. We have all of their social medias right below them.
The link!
The link! If you actually followed our Instagram, you would get the reference.
They're making fun of me, that's all you need to know.
Yeah. Make sure that you stay tuned for Wednesday when the YouTube video of this version becomes live and available for you to watch. And make sure that you stay tuned for next Friday when I have Lola Jett and Mira May.
Yeah!
That's your
Lola!
sister!
I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah. I'm really excited because I've actually never got to meet Lola, so I'm really excited. I love her drag. I've seen her from afar, but I've never, I've actually wanted to be like, hi, I love you.
The sweetest. So shy, but just so cute. And
She's
I
beautiful.
want to be her best friend.
Yeah.
I love her so much.
So stay tuned for next week when we have the amazing Lola Jett on. And stay tuned for, I don't know, just stay tuned. Goodbye! Much love!
Just a bit. A little love.
Mama moo cows, mama make milk, the only drink that we truly adore. When the moon shines on the cacao shed,
Cacao.
we hope the cows are making plenty more.
Honestly, and Kimmy Couture is very cacao, so it all works.